Welcome back to What Arty Noobs for Channel Disturbance. This is the Object 277, the Tier 10 Soviet heavy tank. It's located on the South Spawn, the assault team on Erlenberg Assault, and it's under the command of Captain Ashstorm. Well, battle has started. They've got 10 minutes to capture the cap or to kill all the enemy tanks. And he's headed straight into battle as fast as he can possibly go. Straight up Main Street into enemy territory. He's got a 13cm gun in his main armament, and he's capable of doing 490 alpha, and oh my gum, he's virtually just zooming into action. Shows how fast this tank can be in the right hands. It really is as fast as a medium, but it is all in out a heavy tank. He's just poking around the corner to see if the enemy's turned up, and they have. First one's a 257. Puts a round into him, 467. That's a low roll because this one does 490 alpha with a 13cm. That 257's angling poorly because he took another round for 451 and our 257's turned up. Okay, he's going to try for again. He bounces around from the 257. His armor's better than that guy's, but that's the first round that the 257 managed to deflect. But Captain Ashstorm's not going to take his aim off this guy because the next round is probably going to go through. And it didn't. Well, that 257's lucky. Captain Ashstorm moving about a bit just to throw off the aim. That one went in. Still using just standard AP and getting the pen on the 257. Okay, who's next? There's a 7032 just a short distance away. But that 257's doing his best to stay scarce, you might say, or get out of the way. And, oh, don't back up around this corner. Yeah, that was going to happen. The 277's very susceptible to ammo racks, and I'm afraid that round actually is because he poked his rear out, and the T10 just couldn't ignore this and put a round straight into him. Tries to get through the Type 61, doesn't get it, but he can probably shoot through these windows and hit the enemy as well. 430, no, he can't get a shot now. The guy's at the wrong angle, and he took a round in the track from this Type. There's a Progetto up there as well. As soon as he's fixed his tracks, he can move. Oh, now the Type 61 managed to get a round to penetrate there, and it was a standard AP as well. He's still trying. Here comes that 430. One right through his roof for 439. He's not going to like that. There's an E75 a short distance away. Okay, he's turning around now. So I think he's going to engage the tanks. Don't back up too far. Oh, now it's the Lorraine 40 ton. They're very light on armour. Yes, nice shot. Right between the buildings. And there's a Progetto in sight as well. He might be able to hit that guy. Backs up a bit more. That's it. Yes, nice shot. 440. Low roll again. Now he might be able to get another shot into that Progetto. It's the Type 65. It's the Tier 10 one. Nope. Bit late. As they say in America, $1 late and a day late and $1 short. Unfortunately, that one was a bit late. Oh, the Lorraine 40 ton pumped in a 100mm round, and he got a pen. Where is he? There's the E75. He's about to go through that gap between the buildings. Try for the engine back, and he got a fire. Oh, he's burning. He's burning. Keep burning. We'll have a barbecue later. And somebody bounced around. It was the Lorraine again. And there's the Progetto. He takes a round for 543. At last, that's a high roll. Where is that Lorraine? Somewhere in those bushes is the Lorraine. The E75's moved a bit further up, and we've got a shot on him. Nice one, 472. Captain Ashstorm's being very careful to keep the engine deck below those windows, because I think that's how some of them have been able to penetrate him. E75's pulled back around the corner. But if he goes through that gap again, maybe, if he moves forward a bit more, He doesn't know. He doesn't know he's got the front end of the vehicle sticking out, but we can't see him now, so we can't tell if he's moved. Well, the fight's still going on Main Street, and we're one tank up on the enemy. The E75 backs up a bit. Now he's in. That's it. Got him. And potentially that's a high caliber. You can see it was almost wedging the tank underneath the floor of that building. You see, sometimes you get very bad results when you do that, because it might actually cause you to... Oh, trying to get his own back on that Type 61. No, if you wedge your vehicle underneath those floors, sometimes it either causes the vehicle to spring into the air, or, alternatively, it can actually crush your vehicle. Well, we've seen vehicles crushed anyway, but they've been going under floating turrets and that sort of thing in the air. Okay, that Type 61 and that Progetto 46 are going to be a bit of a problem. He's turned around to try and deal with them. He's got to get rid of those guys. Turns to face the turret. Can he get a shot? Oh, he tried to hit us, but he failed, and the Type moves out of the way just in time. That's better. 449, low roll, but it is a pen. But he's going to have to do that a few more times if he's going to get the kill on that guy. And he's still firing at us. He backs up, but he can't get the gun depression. And the Lorraine gets another free shot into our side. And remember, he's an autoloader. We don't want to let them get a shot. Oh, the Type got another one in. And so did the Lorraine at the same time. And now Captain Ashnorm is down to 100 hit points left out of 2,200. He's in a lot of trouble now because he is a one-shot for them both. So really, he's got to abandon both of those guys. Can't engage them anymore because if he tries, he might be out of the game. There comes the IS-7. Now, if he aims for the turret, he might be able to get that guy. Yes, he does. 454. But he's spent so much time trying to kill the Type 61, the Loretta, the Rain, and of course the Progetto, that he's actually now... Well, they're only one tank up on the enemy, but it's, remember, this is an assault game and it only lasts for another 2 minutes and 42 seconds. If he doesn't kill all the enemy tanks, they've got to cap out, and they need to be at the enemy cap. The Leopard 1s are turned up at the enemy cap, but he's got no one to support him. If he goes into that cap, he'll get wiped out fairly quickly. We need to move up on that IS-7 without getting killed in the process. 257 moves out. Captain Ashnorm is turning round to deal with the Type 61 T10 behind him. Again, the gun depression's failing him. He can't get a shot. The enemy has returned to their own cap. They saw the Leopard, they saw the threat, and now he's all alone up there, and that's the 2-minute warning. But that means the IS-7's the only one between us and the enemy cap. And we've lost the Leopard. We just can't get that Type 61 and the Lorraine. They're the main problems. And if Captain Ashnorm stays where he is at the moment, yeah, I'm afraid they'll lose the game because they won't be able to cap out in time. And they won't be able to kill the enemy. That Type and that Lorraine have really made it very, very difficult for Captain Ashnorm. And if he goes past this gap, there's a possibility the Lorraine 40-ton might shoot him in the side when he does. He's being cautious. No sign. There's the IS-7 who just took a big hit. And he's going for it. He needs to move. And they all need to move together because they've got a cap with at least 2 tanks now. Yes, he gets the IS-7, but that's the last minute warning. And that means they have to get 3 in the cap now. They've got no choice. With 1 tank in the cap, it takes 1 minute 40 seconds. With 2 tanks in the cap, it would take only half that time. Which is, of course, 50 seconds. But now they've only got 38 seconds to cap out. And they've got to get across the river. Plus, there's still enemy up here. There's the Lorraine. That was one of the ones that went back. Oh, he dives into the water. I'm afraid it's just too late now. 20 seconds left on the clock. They need 3 in the cap, and they can't do it really because with only 3 in the cap, it would still take that would only give us 60 seconds, and they need 140. He managed to get a shot into the Lorraine, blocked the shot that came back, but the clock's ticking down. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1. He kills the Lorraine. That pesky Lorraine dies, but unfortunately it's just too late, and that means it is a defeat. Oh, heartbreak, this one. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats. That's not the right screen. Okay, that's the right screen. It's a first-class tanker for Captain Ashstorm in the Object 277. He managed to get a shell-proof for blocking more damage than the hit points to his own vehicle, a fire effect for doing more damage than the hit points to his own vehicle, and a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He managed to get 8 in this one. He also got a Spartan medal for blocking or ricocheting a non-penetrating shot. That was from the Lorraine when there was less than 10% of his hit points left. In fact, he had a lot less than 10% left. He also got a steel wall for blocking the most damage in the game, and a high caliber for dealing the most damage in the game, and his win rate from the battle was 8,194. I should explain, when the battle ends, normally I have it queued up, so I press a key and it takes you straight to the results. On this occasion, ever since I've been doing these old replays, for some reason it's just not flicking over, or I get a blank screen. I know you're probably seeing the correct screen, but I'm getting a blank one and I can't see the results, so I'm having to cycle through the various pages until I get to the right page, and that's why you saw various other pages to do with the production of this video. Let's have a look at the team score. Highest damage in the game, 7,217 hit points of damage. He was carrying his team on this one, because the next highest person on his team only had 2,537 hit points of damage, and that was the T-44. The second highest damage in the game was the Object 430, who did survive the battle with 4,421 hit points. Their 60 TP managed 4,023, and their Type 61 managed 2,673, and a lot of that belonged to Captain Ashstorm, actually, because he was the single guy who was actually getting success shooting through the side of Captain Ashstorm's 277. When it came to kills, he had the second highest. The Skoda T50 managed 4 kills before he was taken out. 3 kills went to Captain Ashstorm, 3 kills to the Object 430 on the enemy team. And when it came to base XP, it was Captain Ashstorm who did the most, with 711, and that's mostly down to the fact that he did actually get the high caliber. And 690 went to the IS-2 on his team, and 629 to the Skoda T50. But the highest base XP goes to the defending team, who got 1,149. That was the Object 430, 857 for that Type 61, and 756 went to the 60 TP on their team. He fired 20 rounds in that game, got 15 direct hits, 15 penetrations, damage of 7,217 hit points, all of it at close range. He received 20 hits from the enemy, 6 penetrations, most of those from that Type 61 or the Lorraine, 14 non-penetrations, and damage of 4,820 hit points blocked by armour. 1 enemy vehicle spotted, 7 enemy vehicles damaged, 3 killed, and 747 hit points of damage assistance. On a premium count, he earned 90,893 credits, got 6,570 for courageous resistance. That's for getting a battle hero or an epic medal in a losing or drawn game. He got 2 battle hero medals in this one. 97,463 credits in total, but after repair, ammunition, resupply and consumables took away a profit of only 28,013 credits, which is still good. He also picked up 4 bonds for the game and 1,066 XP, 636 for courageous resistance, and took away 1,702 experience points altogether. He says, "I hate this game." I'm sure, well, he didn't mean to say that, but, you know, not hating the game in total, but it was just the fact that this game just did not work out for him. The gun depression on the 277 didn't allow him to get the gun down far enough to actually shoot at that Type 61 and the T10 that were up on top of the castle, and they were having an easy time shooting down on him every time he poked up. The same with the Lorraine. He was shooting through the windows and getting shots into Captain Ashstorm's side, and really that's where all his hit points went. If he had actually ignored the Type 61 and the Lorraine, well, they probably would have retreated back to the cap to try and stop him capping out. If he'd actually pushed on the IS-7, well, maybe things would have been different, but he actually left the heavy tanks to his team, his other teammates in the other heavy tanks, whilst he dealt with the Type 61. And although he got some really good shots, and that's evidenced by the fact that he did get a lot of damage in the game. He got the most damage in the game. I'm afraid it was a little too late to make it count overall. And although he whittled them down bit by bit, he didn't kill them all. And only the Lorraine he got right at the end as a compensation shot. So sad this one that it's a defeat, but it was a defeat where he went down fighting and he's still alive at the end of the game. If you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like and do subscribe to our channel, please. And thanks for watching.